We have 0 watchers. None. We're a minute early. I know, right? We got 2 right now. All right, everybody, hang tight. We'll get going here in a second. And we just want to give people a chance to jump on here and watch the fun. So hang on for just a second. We'll get going in just a minute or two. We got 6. That's impressive. We'll go. 7:01, we'll go.
We have paparazzi here.
That's awesome. All right, let's turn down this music. All right. Hey, everybody. It's James and Ann with Ronald McDonald House, and we are here live for the captain's meeting for the Fishing for Families tournament. Let me get this this thing off so we can all see Ann's face. But Ann, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? I don't know if I should look at the screen or you.
I don't know. It's weird. I don't think there's a wrong answer here. So a little bit of background noise. You guys let me know in the comments if you can hear me or not. And Jay Mueller says we're good. We're going to get going here on the captain's meeting. This is just going to be a quick review of the rules, some information on how Tourney X works, and go from there. But before we do that, Ann's going to tell us all about Ronald McDonald House and the event tomorrow and give a little love to our sponsors.
Totally. Super excited to be here. Tomorrow's going to be an awesome day. So we'll have everybody go out on the water about 6 a.m. Fishing's open from, you can actually fish 6:15, right, to 2 p.m.
Yep.
And then afterwards, we'll do the Biggest Catch family event. It's a free event at Cross Strait and Pint 9, which these guys have been so awesome for us. So super excited. They have great spots, great beer. We're going to have a parking lot party. So there will be 2 food trucks, Dire Lion and Hobby's Tacos. Super thankful for them coming out. We'll have a bounce house for the kiddos. We'll have a face painter. And Cross Strait and Pint 9 have both offered to donate $1 for every beer sold to Ronald McDonald House, which will be major. So come out. It's going to be awesome. And, of course, we couldn't do this without our awesome sponsors. Shields. We have Ferguson, Shucks. I should have pulled a list here.
Boda Box Wines.
Boda Box Wines. Delicious.
Yeah. Ironhide Construction. Mm-hmm. There's just so many, and we've been pretty lucky to have the people working with us that we do have. So very super excited. By the way, we did talk about Cross Strain and beer, and they are releasing the Mellow Cello tomorrow. And I had an opportunity to preview it today, and all I'm going to say is come thirsty. It is some good stuff, man. And even you guys who, like Rick Valadez, who doesn't drink good beer, he drinks Busch Light. He's going to love this. It's going to be awesome. So we're excited to get this underway. We appreciate everybody that has registered for the tournament. I know we're going to have some more rolling in. I think last I saw we were about 57 anglers. Rumor has it we're going to push that up to probably 70, probably maybe 75. So that's awesome. Of course, this tournament is a Omaha citywide tournament. It's open to boat, bank, kayak, float tube, any way that you want to get on the water. We just ask you guys to make sure that you're obeying all the laws. And if you are in a small watercraft, kayak, canoe, something like that, tournament rules have that you do need to wear that personal flotation device. So please make sure, we want to make sure everybody has a good time, but we also want to make sure that you go home safe at the end of the day. So that's super important. Let's talk real quick about eligible waters for the tournament. So anything in the Omaha metro area, that does include Carter. It does include Prairie View up in Bennington. And it does include Two Rivers. Some good bank fishing out there at Two Rivers. So if you want to go out to Two Rivers, and there's some monster bass out there. So if you want to go out to Two Rivers, take the family. It's a great place to go. Find a little bit of shade. I know it is going to be hot, but other than that, we are going to have volunteers on, help me out, Ann, with all the lakes. Zarinsky. This is a quiz. She doesn't.
Flanagan.
All right.
Zarinsky.
Yeah, we said that.
That's all I got.
Walnut and Prairie Queen. So look for the guys wearing the gold shirts. Hey, Tyler, will you throw me a shirt, man? Just real quick. I'm going to show you what the shirts look like so you guys can, if you have any questions about rules or need assistance on the water, just thanks, brother. I appreciate that. So the gold shirts with the Fishing for Families logo on the back. So if you guys are out on the water, you need help, we'll have volunteers at those 5 big lakes: Walnut, Wearspan, Zarinsky, Prairie Queen, and Flanagan. So there'll also be some yard signs up. Also at those 5 big lakes, we're going to have some donuts in the morning, and there's going to be an ice chest with ice cold water for you. So heat index is going to be up there. Wear the sunscreen. I sound like your mom, right? Wear your sunscreen. Stay hydrated.
Safety first, kids.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, Prairie View is good for sure. Standing Bear is absolutely good. So, so if you guys have questions about if water's legal or not, just let me know. It does include the park ponds. So I don't know if you guys ever fish any of the park ponds, but there are some good bass definitely in the park ponds. So feel free to do that. All your photos, of course, are going to be uploaded on the TourneyX app, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. Your photos will be time stamped and GPS stamped, so we will know when the fish was caught and when it was uploaded to the app, as well as the location. So it's a great app if it's your first time using it, and you have questions. Please feel free to reach out to myself by phone, and I'll give you my phone number now, and I'll also give it at the end of this video. But my phone number is 402-305-6578. 402-305-6578, and I'll be happy to help you out. So I'll be on the water for a little while in the morning. I am going to be fishing with a kid named Dylan. I'm looking forward to that. Should be a great time. And him and I are going to go tear it up. I'm not going to tell you where because we got the secret spot going. So it's going to be awesome, though. After 10 o'clock, though, I'll be setting up tents and tables and all those kinds of things and making sure that we're ready to go. So, Ann, do you got a good dad joke? You weren't ready for that, were you? I caught you off guard.
So, I wish I was more prepared and had a great fish-related joke, but I don't. So, what is the most condescending bear?
What is what?
The most condescending bear.
What?
Pan, duh.
All right. Am I on mute? Am I mute? Or you can hear me? You're good? Okay. All right. Technology, I'm not used to it. That was a terrible joke, and we're not going to ask Ann back for sure. So, all right. With that, let's get into some rules real quick. This format is a catch, photograph, and release format. We are using the TourneyX app. You registered on TourneyX, and you will be uploading your photos on TourneyX. We have a question here. Are we allowed to fish as a 2-person team, or is this tournament limited to individuals only? Right. So this is a individual tournament only. So we're counting on everyone to have, you can have as many people as you want on your boat. We don't care about that. We just ask you guys to be honest and make sure you're only uploading your own fish, own fish. So maybe next year we'll throw a team element into it, but this year we're just sticking to the individual anglers. So, okay. You guys have all probably registered for the tournament. If you haven't, you can still do that on the Tourney X app. This video is being saved on YouTube, so people will be able to go back and watch this. It is best 5 black bass by length, right? That includes smallmouth, largemouth, and spots. The Tourney X app will auto cull your fish for you, so post them all up there. I always say, post every fish that you get, even if it's too small, because if there's something where a fish gets disqualified for some reason, then you have another fish there that is just easily to be judged. So upload your fish. We're going to, by the way, talking about that, we are going to turn off the leaderboard at noon tomorrow. So we'll have a couple updates in the morning, one at 9 o'clock, one at 11:55. But then at noon, for the last 2 hours, the leaderboard will be turned off. So, all right. So we talked about public waters, competition time. So you can launch, excuse me, if you're in a boat, kayak, you can launch at 6. Start fishing, lines in at 6:15, okay? 6:15. Fishing goes until 2 p.m. Lines out at 2 p.m. So you have till 2 p.m. and 59 seconds to land your last fish and get a picture of it, right? You have to do that before 2:59, and it does happen. We had an angler last week down in Wilson Lake, Kansas, that posted one up at like 2 o'clock and 34 seconds. But so you do have that time to get those fish on. So once you have lines out, we did change the fish submission time until 3 o'clock. So you have until 3 o'clock to get those fish submitted. We will have judges throughout the day who will be looking at fish, and we should be ready to roll on awards right at 3:30. So, by the way, we're going to get more into rules, and we'll talk more about the after party, but awards, if you guys don't know, are going to be at Cross Drain Pint 9, 10411 Portal Road, La Vista / Papillion. It's weird. So the breweries are right next door to each other. One's La Vista and one's Papillion. Weirdest thing I've ever seen. So we got a big tent set out on the parking lot. We're going to have some road signs out there. So you guys should be able to find us pretty easy. So, all right. Submission of a photo of an ineligible species will result in a denial of the photograph for judging. So basically what this is saying is don't send us a picture of a catfish. It's not a catfish tournament. It's a bass tournament. So we'll deny those. Okay. Length, there is an 8-inch minimum length for fish on this. So make sure your fish are at least 8-inch. And when you measure your fish, make sure you have a bump board. Doesn't have to be a particular brand. It just has to have the fence on it. The fence, and then have 1/4-inch measurements. So do you need to be present for awards? Well, why wouldn't you be, right? I mean, there's so much cool stuff going on. We would like you to be. If you're up there at the top, come on down, man. It would be great to have you. You don't necessarily have to be there, but we would certainly love to have you. Plus, we're going to have all kinds of raffles, food trucks, Hobbies Tacos, Dyer Lion's going to be out here. The beer's cold, lots of free water. So hopefully that answers your question. If not, just catch me offline and we'll talk more about that. So, all right. Fish must be hooked in the mouth or jaw. Again, this is just a thing where we're trusting on you on this. You cannot. Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. If you can't be here for awards, that's fine. We're not going to hold it against you, and we're going to invite you back next year. So go to that wedding and have a good time there for sure. All right. Fish must be hooked in the mouth or jaw. Don't snag them, right? It's been a little bit of talk in the fishing world lately about people snagging fish. Don't do that. That's a big no-no. Again, in a tournament like this, we just need to be able to make sure that we're trusting you guys. So condition. Let's talk about the condition of the fish. So fish must appear to be alive. If fish appears to be dead, mutilated, frozen, mangled, or otherwise altered, okay, the fish will be denied, and the angler who submitted will be reviewed for potential disqualification. So sometimes you are going to take a picture of a fish and it's going to have a dead eye. If that happens, take a picture, take a short video of the fish being released alive, and that way that we know that that fish was alive. So start the video on the dead eye, and as you release him, just keep that video going. And then as we have questions on that, we'll just get with you and you can send us that video. So, all right. Fishing tackle equipment and methods. Competitors are required to have a valid Nebraska fishing license as required by law. Obviously, if you're under a certain age, you don't have to have that, but have that fishing license. Fish can only be taken by artificial fly or lure only on a rod and reel. So no bait, no minnows, no night crawlers, no hot dogs, no nothing like that. What's that? Night crawlers are allowed? We don't have that in our rules. Not for this tournament. Yeah, not for this tournament. Sorry. Bait or prepared bait is not allowed in competition except for pork strips. So the old jig and a pig, you guys are welcome to do that. So that's all good. Only one casting, spinning, or fly rod may be used at any one time. You can't have multiple lines in the water at the same time. Okay. A rod and reel is considered to be in use if a lure or fly attached to that rod or reel is in or on the water. Okay. A hung lure, you get snagged up. One that is like snagged in a tree or a bush or something is not considered in use. So you can set that rod down, pick up another rod and fish that area, and then go get that rod unsnagged. So nets and grippers, of course, are allowed, can be used to land fish during the competition. However, when you're measuring your fish, taking your picture on the board, the fish cannot be attached to any line. There can't be fish grips, nothing restraining the fish. The only thing that can keep the fish on the board is your hand. Okay. So this is important. You guys make sure that you pay attention to this. You can put your hand on top of the fish. Do not get any fingers or hands underneath the gill plate. Do not cover an eye. Okay. Do not touch the tail. You can touch the meaty part of the tail, but not the actual fin. So I know that's a lot of rules. If you guys have questions on that, be sure to reach out. Your fish should always be facing to the left when you take your pictures, with the top of the fish facing away from you. And then Attorney X will sometimes rotate those pictures, but don't worry about that. Just always take the picture with the fish facing to the left, top of the fish away from you. Make sure that mouth is closed on the fish. So if the mouth isn't closed, let's say it's open more than a 1/4 inch, and that's totally judge's discretion. You will be penalized for that. So make sure the mouth is closed. No fingers, hands under the gill plate. Don't touch that fin. The other part is you'll want to make sure that you have your identifier in the picture. Poor Ann, she's suffering through this. She's not an angler. But and we'll give you the identifier and talk a little bit more here in a second. A couple questions here on live bait. Nope, no live bait. Sorry, guys, no live bait. No dead shiners either or anything like that. So, okay. 360 light, yeah. So if you're on the water, you need to have, and it's dark out before sunrise, please make sure you have that 360 light on. Okay. I think we're good there, right, Rick? Here, say hi, man. Sneak in here. There's Rick. So Rick is one of the directors also, and we're going to give his phone number here in a second. So if you guys have questions, you can reach out to him. But we'll get him at the end of the thing here. Let's just go over this. If a competitor, I missed one. Trolling. No trolling is allowed for this tournament. Okay. If a competitor breaks his line while setting the hook or retrieving a fish, the competitor is allowed to retrieve the line by hand or by the rod being used to secure the line and land the fish to be counted as legal. The competitor may not hook the line with another lure, rod, and reel or other device to retrieve the line. So it's gone unless you can use the same rod that broke off. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Hopefully you guys don't break any lines. So, okay. Acceptable measuring boards. We talked a little bit about this, the bump board, right? So you got to make sure that it's got that fence, the 1/4-inch measurements. We should be clear on that. If anybody needs to borrow a bump board, please make sure you reach out to me, and we'll find a way to get one to you either tonight or first thing tomorrow morning. We do have some extras, okay? You can share a measuring board. So you want to share with your buddy who's also on the lake, that's fine, not a big deal there. Each competitor must use a phone with a camera to upload their pictures to TourneyX. If a competitor's phone becomes inoperable or is lost, you can share a phone with another angler. So that would just be a matter of logging out and then logging someone else in. Okay. All fish submitted for score must be caught live by the competitor who submits them for scoring. So, guys, again, trust thing here. Don't be submitting your buddy's fish. Pretty simple stuff. Just don't do it. Okay. We will also be watching for, and it happens all the time, and not on purpose. It happens by accident, but sometimes duplicate submissions get submitted. So we'll be paying attention to that as well. So, okay. Competitors may not receive assistance in catching fish that are submitted for scoring. Okay. So you got to catch your own fish. Okay. This includes boat positioning, casting, retrieving, hooking, playing, or landing a fish. Violation will result in disqualification. And you got a better joke? Nothing. She's got nothing.
I got nothing.
All right, watercraft. Let's talk about watercraft. Boats, kayaks, canoes, float tubes, paddle boards, bank fishing, all allowed for this tournament. Anglers that are fishing from individual small watercraft, we talked on this earlier, such as kayaks, canoes, paddle boards, are required. You are required to have that PFD on. We've had too many instances of this year of pulling people out of the lake that almost didn't make it home. So we are big on that. Make sure you're wearing that PFD, okay? You can take your PFD off if you're on one of those small watercraft. You can take it off temporarily as long as your boat is not moving to shed or add layers. So gets hot, you want to shed a layer. Just make sure you're not moving. Take your PFD off. Take off the long sleeve. Put the PFD right back on. Your PFD, by the way, has to be buckled. It doesn't just have to be thrown over your shoulders. It needs to be buckled, okay? Violation of this rule will result in disqualification, okay? It is the competitor's responsibility to know and observe all boating and safety laws with regards to operating the vessel they are fishing from. Includes proper lighting if launching before sunrise, having a whistle, bailing device. We have invited Nebraska Game and Parks to be active in our area this day, and they will be out on our Omaha area lake. So they know what's going on. We want them to be involved. They're not there to crack down on you guys. They're there to engage with anglers and share the sport. So photo standards. We're almost done, guys. I appreciate you guys sticking with me here. We got half a page left. So photo standards. Digital photographs of each fish submitted for scoring must meet the following criteria. This is probably pretty important stuff here. Unique, okay? Each fish submitted must be a different fish. Don't send duplicate pictures of fish. If you catch the same fish twice during the day, you can only submit him once. You cannot submit him twice. So we do pay attention to scale patterns and length and timestamps and all that kind of stuff. So we are pretty savvy on that, okay? Visible and legible. So make sure your camera pictures aren't blurry. I always think it's a good idea to take multiple pictures of your fish. And the way I like to do it is I take the photos in my camera and then upload to TourneyX. Okay. Got to make sure you have the correct identifier. Sorry. You got to make sure you have the correct identifier. Welcome back, Ann. You okay? Yeah, okay. We have the correct identifier in the picture. So, and we're going to release that identifier. You can write that on a card. You can write it on your hand. A lot of guys will do that. It can't be on top of the fish unless it's on your hand. It has to be off to the side or above your board or something like that. So I've seen this happen a lot. Please make sure you do not put your identifier on top of the fish. Our judges will be watching closely throughout the day. If they see an issue with pictures, they'll reach out to you directly. So keep that in mind. Okay. And we'll get that identifier released here in a second. It's just going to be a series of letters. And again, that just needs to be in all of your pictures. That just tells us it's that final confirmation that you guys caught that fish the right day, right time. So, okay. Verify the fish's condition. Submitting a picture of a dead fish is not allowed and will be denied. Again, we talked about that dead eye. Make sure if you do have that dead eye on that left-hand side that you get a video of the fish being released. Verify the fish's length. So when you enter in the Turning X, you're going to take a picture either in the camera or in the app, and then you'll submit that to the leaderboard. And then you have to enter the length, right? So it's going to be, let's say it's 15. It's either going to be like a whole number, like 15, 15 and a quarter, 15 and a half, 15 and 3/4, or 16, right? It's not like 15 and 7/8 or 15 and 9/16, right? It's just 15 and a quarter, 15 and a half, 15 3/4, 16. So if in the event of a tiebreaker, we do go by, first it'll be what time are the biggest fish in your stringer. So let's say at the end of the day, you have 84 inches and there's someone else who has 84 inches. So the first thing that we're going to look at is who else has, or excuse me, out of those two with 84 inches, who has the bigger fish. Okay. If you guys both have the same size biggest fish, then we'll go to the next fish. If we work all the way through those 5 fish, it's going to be what time the first fish was uploaded. So that will be the tiebreaker. So if you have questions on that, please let me know, and we'll make sure that you're squared away. Okay. Fish's eye must be visible in the photo. Again, we talked a little bit about that. Don't get it covered. You must not have your hand or fingers underneath the gill plate of the fish. Violations will result in the fish being denied. You cannot cover any part of the caudal fin, the tail fin in your photos. Again, fish will be denied. The tip of at least one lobe of the tail fin, the caudal fin, must be in contact with the measuring board. So if that fish's tail lifts up while you're trying to get a picture, you need to get another picture, right? So we want to make sure that that fin is laying on the board so we can get a good measurement. Okay? Any pictures where the tail is lifted will be denied. Fish must be uploaded to the Turning X platform no later than 3 p.m. Okay? No fish will be accepted after this deadline. All pictures of fish must have a timestamp before tournaments lines out of 2 o'clock and 59 seconds. We talked about that. Any questions on this should be directed to myself or Rick Valadez. So if you guys have questions on that, let me know. We want to make sure, guys, that this is a fun tournament. We're going to have a lot of guys on the water. If you guys have questions, please take the time to call, and we will get you squared away. So, Rick, can you think of anything I'm missing? Yeah. Yeah. So just be aware that as the day goes on, and I think we touched a little bit on this, we'll be judging fish throughout the day. If we see something that's not right, we're going to try to reach out to you right away. So make sure you have your ringers on your phone. We'll also try some push notifications if we need to communicate with the group as a whole. You'll probably see one at the end of this with the identifier. Other than that, I think we're pretty good. So, guys, it's going to be awesome tomorrow. It's going to be hot. When we get off the water at 2 o'clock, load up, head over to Cross Train, Pint 9. We got, like I said, we got food trucks. We got raffles. By the way, all the anglers that are fishing get a swag bag. And there's definitely some cool stuff in there. You also get 5 raffle tickets in your swag bag, which is going to be awesome because we got things like smokers, a solo stove, free LASIK surgery. I mean, it's crazy some of the prizes that we got. So it's going to be awesome, guys. So make sure you come down. All right, before we go, let's release that identifier. It is RMHC, Ronald McDonald House Charities, RMHC. Put it on your hand, put it on your card. Just don't lay it on top of the fish unless it's on your hand. Make sure it's on all your pictures. My number again, 402-305-6578. And Rick's number is 402-609-0735. All right. I think that's it. Ann, are you going to come back on? We lost Ann. She's backstage. I don't know. Anyway, 402 This is Rick. 402-609-0735. I am 402-305-6578. Samino, it should be like number 1 on your speed dial. All right. Yep, that's Rick. And then I'm 609. Rick is 402-609-0735. James, yep, that's me. 402-305-6578. I am going to post both of these on Facebook, and I'll do a push notification. So check your emails here in a little while. And guys, have fun, man. It's going to be a great day tomorrow. Make sure you stay hydrated, wear the sunscreen, all that kind of stuff. And we're going to see you guys on the water, and then tomorrow around 2:30 out here at Cross Train and Pint 9. Thank you so much. Peace.